So this is an ultra rare Bionicle set, in which only one copy exists. What the heck is this thing? Is some kind of Bionicle monument or trophy? Well, this thing was actually designed by a LEGO designer. But what is it? Well, in order to explain this, I need to talk about a different LEGO item that is similar, but different. One that I'm lucky enough to actually own. They share the same history, so by learning about one, you're going to learn about the other. So come with me as we deep dive into the story behind what the heck this actually is. We'll learn about the history of this, where it comes from, how it ties into this strange spaceship, and much, much more. Let's do it. So I obtained this trophy during the 2023 LEGO Inside Tour. If you're not familiar with what that is, the LEGO Inside Tour is a once-in-a-lifetime experience that takes you behind the scenes into the LEGO Group in Billund, Denmark. It's an official tour that's run by the LEGO Group themselves, and it includes all sorts of things. You get this exclusive tour of the LEGO factory where they produce LEGO bricks, very exciting. You get to meet LEGO designers, you get to have a tour of LEGO HQ, and you even get to see the LEGO Group's super secret vault, a vault that houses a copy of every single LEGO set ever made. This tour is one of the coolest things I've ever done, and unfortunately, it's not an easy thing to get into. You have a very limited time period in which you can sign up for the Inside Tour, and then guests are randomly selected every year to be a part of that tour. There's many different examples of people who've attempted to get into the tour for years and years and still haven't been able to do so. You gotta be very lucky to get into it. I still don't really know how I was lucky enough to get into the tour myself. I'm very, very grateful that that was a thing I could do. Anyway, during one night of the Inside Tour, participants are given a nice building challenge. They get access to some of the massive selection of LEGO bricks that LEGO designers themselves use. And they get to use these pieces to make their own creation. How exciting. During my tour specifically, the challenge was the following. Build a concept model that showcases the next great LEGO experience. We also had to remember the importance of storytelling behind the model. We got a little information card that was provided for us that we had to fill out with some sort of story behind what we were building. So we had roughly 2 hours to build this with a bit of extra time at the end. And during that time, this is what I built. I called this one the Friends Fab Fighter. I based this off of a moment that happened during the Inside Tour. Earlier on, we had a talk from a LEGO designer who did graphic design for the LEGO Friends theme. She asked really early on which of us that were present were fans of the LEGO Friends theme, and myself and like 2 other people's hands went up. She was a bit disappointed that a lot of adult fans of LEGO don't really enjoy the Friends theme all that much. So because of that, that was my pitch for the next new LEGO experience. So my idea was that this was an effort to get AFOLs excited by the Friends LEGO theme, but it was also a set that would excite kids as well. I mean, who doesn't love playing with a sick azure and magenta spaceship? The story for this is it's piloted by Stacy Stargazer and her pet frog called Milky. The set also features launching missiles that can be fired at these small and large targets. I also tried my best to pack in some really exciting angles into this design. You know, like angling these wedge plate pieces along the sides of the cockpit here. I figured techniques like this would excite AFOLs, you know? And yeah, in general, I just wanted this to feel punchy, vibrant, and fun. I was pretty happy with what I built. So I handed in my creation, and the following evening, Inside Tour guests were given a very lovely dinner. After we finished eating, the LEGO designers did an awards ceremony picking out their favourite creations that people had built. My spaceship was lucky enough to win the category for Best New Idea, or a better title for it, which was I Can't Believe It's Not a LEGO Set. Here you can see a photo of me being very excited holding my trophy. And then there was also this fun ceremony where the designers knighted you with a giant LEGO toothbrush, while you wore this brick-built cape, which was designed with dots pieces. It was really fun and a very treasured memory for me. So yeah, this was the trophy that I won. The trophy was designed by LEGO designer Mel Caddick. She's designed a lot of LEGO sets actually, some of which include the Family House Creator Set from 2013, or this more modern LEGO Christmas Tree set. She also has designed a few of these botanical collection sets. Which of course explains the trophy, right? I learned from the designers who made these trophies that each designer is given this blank trophy template, and then they could just use this as a base to build essentially whatever they wanted. By the way, this trophy base is entirely glued. You can't take any of these pieces off, including that 2x2 printed Lego tile. So yeah, from here Mel obviously decorated this trophy with all sorts of flower-based pieces, and we ended up with this final product. Now, there's no exclusive pieces in this trophy, or on these flowers. Everything that comes in this set, you could build at home if you wanted to. And actually, if we break down the flower pot a little bit more, you'll notice the insides are decorated with all sorts of botanical sets. Some of them have been slightly modified, of course, and I think that was done just so there was more room inside the flower pot. But yeah, I don't know, it's kind of fun to trace each of these flowers back to their respective sets. Now, I say all of this, but there is one exclusive element here, and it's this 2x4 brick that says Inside Tour written on it. The print on this is indeed exclusive. It's glued into the trophy itself, so I can't actually remove it, but on the same evening, everyone who didn't win a trophy, they were given one of these 2x4 bricks. It looked a little something like this. So yeah, if you wanted to try and recreate this at home with existing pieces, you wouldn't be able to do anything to replicate this brick. But you know, you could actually just build this trophy yourself and not glue the pieces together. It could be doable. So yeah, that's the trophy. This is the only one in existence. Every year the Inside Tour has new designers building new trophies. So because of that, this is very, very rare. It's one of a kind. Now, to what we promised, that equally rare Bionicle trophy. One of the other guests on my Inside Tour, they won this trophy. It was the award for the best story, and that was based off the fact that Bionicle had one of the best stories that LEGO has ever written. Now, unfortunately, I didn't photograph the winning build, but it was a castle that was kind of telling the story of a father and his daughter. Yeah, the story behind it was very sweet, so it was an appropriate thing to win. Sadly, the LEGO designer who made this was unable to attend the dinner that evening, but I tracked them down online and I had a lovely chat with them. And turns out they're a fan of the videos that I do, which is awesome. Thank you so much for watching. The LEGO designer that made this rare, one-of-a-kind Bionicle trophy is called Gustav Frank Pedersen. He helps make some of the LEGO Speed Champions sets. And one of the sets he designed is the incredible Lamborghini Vision G1, which by the way is one of the coolest Speed Champions sets ever. It's a great parts pack and a beautiful, beautiful set. So Gustav was telling me that he had his own black trophy base that he was given to build something with, and he immediately decided that he was going to make something Bionicle related because, well, he loves the theme as much as I do. He also told me that he was inspired by these grey claw pieces that come on the Technic Material Handler, this set. He noticed when he looked at them that they resembled the qualities of some of the original Borok shells. And yeah, he's not wrong. The shape of this is strikingly similar. A little different, sure, but similar. So being inspired by that, he kept building, and he realized a lot of existing Technic sets. The pieces in those sets work really well in a Bionicle context. And see, that's the really impressive thing about this Bionicle trophy. All of it is using modern Technic elements. There's no classic Bionicle parts here whatsoever. And that's fun, isn't it? You yourself can go and buy a modern Technic set and make a pretty convincing looking Bionicle with those pieces. I love that. I mean, how good are these Technic Borok that are on the edge of the trophy here? Sure, it's only like a bit of the body, the arms and the head, but they work so well and they look so good. And then this sensational Borok Queen up top. Fantastic. This is just so inspiring, isn't it? Even today, with modern parts, it's still very easy to build a Bionicle. How good is that? So yeah, I mean, this was designed by a LEGO set designer. So by that logic, I guess you could call this a set? I guess? I mean, if it is, it's probably the rarest Bionicle set ever. Especially since there's only one of these that's ever been made. And actually, I have two more examples of trophies like this, if you're interested. Here's one that belongs to Instagram user Rarest LEGO Minifigures. This one was designed by LEGO designer Joren Thompson. And this is so cute, a fun little Blacktron spaceship built into the top of this trophy base. It literally is too. If you look at it from above, you can see the cockpit of the spaceship. Isn't that so cool? Rarest LEGO minifigures, who is the name of the person that owns this trophy, they have an account that lists all of the very, very rare items in their LEGO collection. And often they'll have prices listed with the images of the stuff that they own. However, the price for this one is simply stated as priceless, and I completely understand that. I have no idea how to value my trophy because I have no intentions of ever selling this. It's one of the coolest and most treasured possessions of mine. And then I've got another image of one more Inside Tour trophy. This is the Sunflower trophy that was designed by Dan Squirrel. This was given out during the same Inside Tour that I was a part of. It's fun to see all these different variations, isn't it? So many creative ways of decorating that trophy base. It makes sense that the people who work at LEGO are this creative, doesn't it? So there you go. That's the history of some of these LEGO Inside Tour trophies. And a look at what may very well be the rarest Bionicle set ever. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Happy building, and bye for now.